Welcome everybody to Volunteer Stadium in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Day 5 of the 2009 Little League World Series, the final day of pool play, and we bring you action from International Pool D. The Canadian champions from Hastings Little League in Vancouver, British Columbia, against German champs from Ramstein Air Force Base. Sean McDonough, Orestes Estrada, Dave Ryan, delighted to have you with us. Let's take a look at the lineup for Canada. Ian Cramore, the catcher, will lead off. Second baseman is Christian Cullen. Ryan Matsuda at short. Anthony Cusati will pitch. Matteo Vincelli at third base. Taz Berman, the right fielder. Nicholas Carusi in center. Jordan Lee in left. And Katie Reyes, one of the two girls of this year's Little League World Series, will play first base and bat ninth. And that lineup will take their swings against right-hander Cody Prince. Cody's pitched an inning and a third so far at this Little League World Series and given up one run. Germany has been shut out in both of its games so far, 16-0 by Chinese Taipei on Friday and 13-0 yesterday against Mexico. Problem for the German squad, Orestes, they've had just one hit in 2 games, and they've made 13 errors.
Yeah, 13 errors that have led to 14 runs. The one hit by number 8, right there on the mound, Cody Prince. Tough little kid. And, yeah, they're going to have to hopefully start swinging the bats a little bit.
Both of these teams are 0-2. Canada lost a heartbreaker to Mexico in extra innings on Saturday, 2-1, and then was shut out by Chinese Taipei, 8-0. So this will be the final game for both of these teams here at the Little League World Series. They've both officially been eliminated and will not advance beyond pool play, but one of them will leave with a win, and that's important. There's a lot to play for today as Prince throws ball 1 outside to Ian Cramore, the catcher. He hits a chopper to short to Chris Holda, and it's a wild throw past the first baseman Cannon Bird, and on to second base goes Cramore. When we spoke with the German manager Ed Prince and his coach Jerry Talarczyk, they said the most disappointing thing about the 0-2 performance is they've just done a lot of this sort of thing, things that they haven't done to get through regional, district, state, and Little League World Series play. They haven't hurt themselves prior to now, but they have throughout this Little League World Series.
And, you know, and a lot of that, I would say, probably the nerves, the big event of being here at Williamsport. But still, I feel for manager Prince because he knows his team pretty well, and he knows that they play a little better defense than this.
Swing and a miss by Christian Cullen. There was scored an error on the shortstop, Chris Holda. So that's 14 errors now in 2 innings plus for Germany. Cullen takes the ball inside.
And one thing about the international play, even though these two teams will not move on to the next round, the semifinal rounds, a lot of them stick around, Sean, and play some exhibition games.
And both of these teams will pitch in the dirt. Nobody covering third. The third baseman, Mackenzie Mueller, was charging for a bunt.
Rip them home now. Let's go.
So a free pass to third base for Ian Cramore. They score that a pass ball on the catcher, Matt Zembrowski. And that's ball 4 on Cullen.
Good block by Zembrowski that time. Used his feet, got his body in front of that ball, and that was an important block, obviously, because that would have led to a run.
Looking at Mackenzie Mueller. Not often you see a left-handed third baseman. But Mackenzie, coaches tell us, has very quick feet, and he's able to turn quickly and make that awkward throw for a lefty from third across to first. Delayed steal from first base, and Cullen takes off and steals second.
Team Canada probably going to take advantage here when they get on base. They know that the team from Europe has made a lot of errors, so they're going to force the defense a little bit.
Scored at defensive indifference, so they didn't credit Cullen with a stolen base. Ryan Matsuda, the batter. Canadian manager Vito Bordignon made a late change. Originally, Ryan was scheduled to be the starting pitcher. Just prior to game time, the manager decided that Anthony Kusati will pitch and Matsuda will play short. And Ryan strikes out for the first out of the ball game for Cody Prince.
Great face right there on Cody Prince. He's determined, focused. Just made a nice little pitch right there to get that first out of the way here.
Cody is the son of the Team Germany manager Ed Prince. And they're the European champions. It's a team comprised of American citizens, American coaches. Most of these kids representing Team Germany are the sons of American citizens who are serving in the Air Force or Army. That's drilled down the left field line, a fair ball. Off the wall on a hop for Anthony Kusati. 2 runs are in, and Canada has a 2-0 lead. They've been struggling to swing the bats as well through the first 2 games. They had a total of just 6 hits. That's their 7th.
Yeah, this kid really swings the bat well. He's the one that has 2 of those 6 hits. Hits a bullet, has a nice take back. He and Matteo Vincelli are the 2 guys that I really like in this lineup. They both have the same approach, hands up in front of their face, but they get the take back in time very well.
So Canada has scored more runs in this first inning than they did in the first 2 games combined. They scored 1 against Mexico and were shut out by Chinese Taipei. There's another one of their best hitters, Matteo Vincelli. Vincelli, Kusati, and Creemore in the first 2 games were 6 for 15 combined for a .400 average. The rest of the team is 0 for 30 entering today's game. So it's been a 3-man offensive show so far for Canada.
And you see little Anthony there, and as well as Matteo, as well as Anthony Kusati. They both put those hands in front of their face, but they get that take back nice.
Yes, you did.
Awkward swing there for a strike.
Wrong hand.
2-2 the count on Matteo Vincelli. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Batter cannot run when the 3rd strike gets away from the catcher. So 2 outs, both of them on strikeouts for Cody Prince.
And the tricky thing, Sean, when you're using that tactic, you got to make sure, especially with a pitcher that's not throwing real hard, that you get all the way back. You get a kind of nice turn, because if you drift a little bit and you keep your hands up front, you get tricked on the curveballs.
Ball 1 now to Taz Berman, looking for his first hit of the Little League World Series. It's not often you see one of these players listed actors kind of old school or older, like Sean Connery. And most of the favorite actors are younger, like Will Smith. Sean Connery, favorite actor of Taz Berman.
That's cool. Little Dragonheart.
Maybe Taz has seen him on Celebrity Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live. A ball, throw down to second by the catcher Matt Zimbrowski.
Nice arm on Matt Zimbrowski. He's going to keep those guys honest.
And the pitch is a high strike. John Mashburn of the United States from Tennessee is the home plate umpire, working with Michael T. Martin, Mike Yeager, Jeffrey Stocco, Chris Parker, and Damaso Sancone. Ball goes to the backstop.
Here.
And Kusati goes on to 3rd. A wild pitch.
I know. No, they're right in front.
One of the things we notice walking around on the field here, it is straight downhill behind the plate, and from the foul line over to the dugouts, the field really drops down dramatically. You can see that slope behind the home plate umpire. So the catchers go to the backstop. They're running straight downhill. Chopped over the mound, might be a tough play. Handled nicely by Dan Talarchek, the second baseman. Berman's out, and that's it for Canada in the first.
Good play, young man. Good play. Good play.
They got a free base on that.
Here we go.
Not take it.
Let's go. Let's start hitting now.
Hey, you're concentrated on the game, not in the stands. Let's go.
And we're back at Volunteer Stadium. Canada with 2 runs in the top of the first, 1 earned, 1 unearned as a result of the error to open the game. Now Germany, you could hear their coaches as we went to the commercial, said let's start hitting. They have just 1 hit in the first 2 games. Here's the lineup that'll try to get that changed around. Chris Holba, the shortstop, leading off. Jacob Van Paris in right field. Cannon Bird, the first baseman, bats third. Then Matt Zimbrowski, the catcher. Cody Prince, the pitcher, and Dan Talarchek at second base. Mackenzie Mueller, an 11-year-old, is at third base. Santee Jackson in center field, and Tyler Peck, the left fielder, will bat ninth. They'll take their swings against Anthony Cusati. Anthony has seen action from the mound. He pitched in relief against Mexico in that heartbreaking extra inning loss on Saturday. Pitched an inning and a third in that game. Gave up 2 hits and 1 unearned run. Walked 1 and struck out 2. He did not pitch in their loss against Chinese Taipei.
He's got good stuff. The time that we saw him pitch, he's a big kid, and he brings a nice little fastball. He's a good athlete. I mean, I think he and Matteo Vincelli, who pitched very nicely at his start, even in a loss, I think are the top 2 pitchers in this team.
Play.
So Cusati pitching with the lead, and his first pitch is a strike to Chris Holba, the shortstop. This is Team Germany, but we said they're almost entirely American citizens, and the sons of American servicemen and women stationed at Ramstein in Germany. Nice play by the shortstop Ryan Matsuda, and Holba is the first out of the game for Germany.
Real nice play by Ryan, who was supposed to start today. Goes over to short. See how he knows he has time there, because that ball was hit pretty sharply and hard. So he kind of smothered the ball. Even if he doesn't get it in the glove, he would block it with his body, have time to pick it up and make the throw out. But made a nice catch, nice throw.
There's Jacob Van Paris. He takes the ball up and away. Jacob's family just recently came to Ramstein Air Force Base. He was living in San Antonio, Texas up until a couple of months ago, and was playing in the McAllister Little League. Thought he might have a chance to earn an all-star berth there. Of course, they wound up here at the Little League World Series. Jacob thought that dream was gone when he moved to Germany, but he joined up with the Ramstein team that won the German championship. Went on to win the European title in competition in Poland. Good stretch by Katie Reyes at first base on the throw from Matteo Vincelli. 2 ground ball outs here in the first off the German bats.
Katie Reyes can play some baseball. This girl is very, very good, very intense, very serious about her game.
She wants to keep playing beyond Little League. But she's never really had much of an interest in softball. Prefers baseball. She's acquitted herself very nicely here. Strike right down the middle to Cannon Bird, the first baseman. Solidly put together at 173 pounds. His family from Riverside, California. Hit hard and through the left side of the infield. That's the second hit of the Little League World Series for Germany. Cody Prince had the other. They were no hit in a 10-run rule game, shortened game against Chinese Taipei that went 4 innings on Friday. And Prince had their only hit in the 13-0 loss yesterday to Mexico. All right, Gary, thank you. Congratulations to that Saudi Arabian team that has battled through a tough pool, and finally they're rewarded for their excellent play with a win. Here it's Canada and Germany in International Pool D. 2 teams that have already been eliminated. They will not be advancing on beyond pool play. Both 0-2. But an important game for both. Neither team wants to go home without a win. One of them will win today. It's Canada with a 2-0 lead as Germany is batting in the bottom of the first. Matt Zimbrowski, the cleanup hitter, is at the plate. A runner at first base. Special pinch runner is Kenny Martin, running for Cannon Bird, who just singled to left with 2 outs for Germany. Canada scored twice in the top of the first inning. Ian Creemore, the first batter of the game, reached on an error. There was a walk, and then a pass ball, and then a 2-run double by Anthony Cusati. Christian Cullen walked after the first batter, Creemore, reached on the error. And Cusati doubled them in. Nice play by that fan way out there at the end of the right field stands. Kind of nonchalant about it, too. A lot of times, Major League crowds, you see the person make the catch, jump up and down. Zimbrowski is swinging a miss. And Anthony Cusati is out of the first inning. That's his first strikeout. After 1, Canada leads 2-0. Beautiful day here at Volunteer Stadium in South Williamsport. 77 degrees, calm winds. Canada and Germany heading to the second with the Canadians leading 2-0. Ian Creemore led off the ballgame, reaching on an error. Christian Cullen walked, a pass ball moved them up a base, and then Anthony Cusati hit a smash down the left field line that brought Creemore and Cullen in. And that's all the scoring so far in our ball game through 1 inning. 2-0 for Canada. International Pool C play, Curacao perfect. They'll be the #1 seed out of Pool C, and Japan has advanced as well. And in this pool, Chinese Taipei and Mexico have advanced. They're still to play each other. And Germany and Canada looking for their first wins before they head home. And similar problems for both, though. Neither team has hit. Germany had 1 hit in their first 2 games total. Canada had 6. They're hoping to swing the bats better today.
Already we're seeing some better swings. We're seeing some better action from these teams. The error is still a problem for the team from Europe, from Germany. They had 13 errors coming in today that led to 14 runs. Already made 1 error that led to some runs. So they got to tighten the ship a little bit on the defensive side.
Jordan Lee is the batter. Facing Cody Prince. Swing and a miss on Lee. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. And another strikeout for Prince. That's his 3rd. It was interesting. We mentioned earlier that Cody's dad, Ed, is the manager. Jerry Talarchuk is the coach, assistant coach to Ed Prince. We talked to them this morning. They went through their whole team, very generous with their time. And when they got to Cody Prince, Ed Prince, the manager, said, "I'll let Jerry talk about him." He didn't want to sound like he was bragging about his son. There was a base hit for Katie Reyes.
And she can't help it. She's smiling. She's been such a serious little kid out here. Very serious about her baseball. Look at that swing. Beautiful foul. The other day in the game, she didn't get a hit, but she had some good at-bats. Gets herself her hit, and you can't help but break into a little grin.
Prince fires to first, and it's off the glove of the first baseman. Cannon Bird unable to haul it in. That's been the biggest problem. Obviously, one hit in 2 games. It's hard to win that way, but the fielding has been a disaster for Germany. I mean, 13 errors total in the first 2 games. They made another one that cost them an unearned run in the first inning here today. And that one has scored an error on the first baseman. It's the second time today that Creemore has reached on an error. Reyes now at second. The base hit by Katie Reyes, by the way, is the first for Canada from somebody other than Michele, Crusati, or Creemore. They had all 6 of the hits in the first 2 games. The rest of the team was 0 for 30. So now Katie Reyes, the 4th different player for Canada to have a hit. Canadians trying to add to this 2-0 lead. There are 2 girls here this year. Bryn Stonehouse, remember that Saudi Arabian team that just beat Venezuela. They are rooming together. They're over in the Grove, but they're separated from the boys when it's time to sleep. They do interact and mingle with the teammates and their opponents in the Grove during the day. They have team aunts and uncles who also serve as chaperones in the Grove, and they have an aunt who spends a lot of time with them. Christian Cullen takes the ball inside. He walked and scored on the Crusati double in the first.
And Katie, who plays first base, has an excellent arm. We've seen her display that in the last game on a throw across the infield to third base, so she's got good arm.
A pop fly shallow right and a nice running catch made by Jacob Van Paris. He played some shaky defense, but that was a very nice defensive play.
And a tough play too, because a high sky and a bright sunny day. So he uses his glove there a little bit, puts it up, blocks it a little bit, and then and makes a nice running catch. Big play.
And 2 on with 2 outs. Ryan Matsuda, one of their best hitters, the number 3 hitter, takes the ball inside. Ryan was called out on strikes. And now Ed Prince, the manager, is going to go to the mound and chat with his son Cody.
Get an outside target and let's go.
I'm over in like the left-hand batter's box.
Get it across. All right, that's why they're hitting it, because you're leaving it up. Okay. All right, concentrate. Let's go. Hey, easy bag. The easy bag here. Let's go.
Mentioned Ed didn't want to talk about Cody when we visited this morning, so Jerry Talarchuk did, and he said one of the great attributes of Cody Prince is that he is a real gamer, one of the hardest working kids on the team. He never wants to stop practicing, and he's recovered from a very painful hamstring injury he suffered early in the playoffs. Good advice by the manager, said the easy bag, and that's what Mackenzie Mueller did. Fielded the chopper and took the easy play at third to end the inning. The error does not hurt Team Germany. Canada leads 2-0. This Canadian team here every year. Canada hasn't gone winless in the Little League World Series since 2003, so they want to keep that streak alive with a win today and avoid going home 0-3. They have a 2-0 lead over Germany. Cody Prince will lead off. We mentioned his dad. Ed is the manager. Cody's the middle of 3 children. Dad works for the Air Force at Ramstein, videographer and broadcaster in the Public Affairs Division. Cody's mom is Amy. And what a trip she had to come over here from Germany just before the start of this Little League World Series. Cody leading off against Anthony Crusati. Goes up there swinging. Pop fly and foul ground, a long run, and it drops. They start running downhill there rather significantly once they cross the foul line. And there's Amy Prince, native Texan. The military, much like airlines for their employees, they'll let the employees fly when there's space available. The military has the same setup. So Amy Prince went to the airport at the base and wanted to hop on a plane to fly over the United States. She came with her 2 children. Cody was already over here. Arrived at the airport at 2 a.m. hoping to get on a plane. Didn't make it. When you travel with your husband in the military, you're a higher priority than if your husband's not with you. And since her husband, the military man, was not with her, she wasn't a high enough priority to get on the plane at 2 a.m. She finally boarded a cargo plane, a C-17 cargo plane, with her children at 5:30 in the morning Germany time. They landed at McGuire Air Force Base in New Jersey at 9:30 Eastern time. Had to wait 4 hours to get a rental car, and then she had to drive her 2 children 4 hours from New Jersey to Williamsport. They have a daughter who's played softball this summer as well on a team. There is Bailey right alongside. Bailey's team traveled to Italy playing regionals. The Princes, prior to coming to Williamsport, had spent $7,000 this summer to watch their children play sports all over Europe in various tournaments. And obviously that total's a lot higher now that they've been in Williamsport for a few days. Foul ball wide of third. You know, and Ed Prince was making the point, a lot of these communities, we've heard the stories around the world rallying together to raise money to send the families. In the case of Germany, fairly isolated on the base over there. They haven't had that kind of help. The families are on their own.
It's so incredible, and just a dedication, and obviously not monetarily, that's huge, but following your kids, supporting them, and of course monetarily is just an incredible dedication.
Dan Chalarchek hits it to second. Nice play by Christian Cullen, and Talarchuk is out. His dad Jerry is the assistant coach. 12 players on the team. 5 of them are not heading back to Germany because their dads are being reassigned, and that includes Dan Talarchuk. His dad Jerry's being reassigned to an Air Force base in England outside of London. So they're going straight from here to their new home in England. There's Mackenzie Mueller, youngest member of the team, Wisconsin native, 11-year-old. And a ball up and away from Kusati, who's pitching with a 2-0 lead.
So he's doing a good job working in and out with these guys, and even though I gotta admit, the team from Europe, from Germany, swinging the bats a lot better. They're aggressive at the plate, Sean. They're being a little bit more patient than I saw them before. They're not completely overmatched, and they're just trying to hack up there.
And that is going to be a hit. Just out of the reach of Christian Cullen. They only had 1 hit total in their first 2 games. They have 2 hits today. The 11-year-old Mackenzie Mueller. And the coaches think Mackenzie's going to be one of the stars of the team next year. Player who has really matured and developed with all the extra practice times and games as a result of being on this all-star team that has played through the entire summer. Santee Jackson trying to bunt his way on. Santee did not start playing baseball until just a few months ago. He'd been a football and basketball player, but never played baseball. This is his first year playing with just a couple of months of experience. He wasn't even going to try out for the all-star team over at Ramstein Air Force Base. Only went along for the tryouts because some of his friends were going. The coaches saw he had a great ability to track the ball, great range in the outfield. He made the team, and he's been a key player.
In my neck of the woods of Tampa Bay, Florida. Great looking kid.
We talk about the sacrifices that families and parents make. His mom, Vonda, quit her job to come over and watch her son play. She had asked for temporary leave without pay. Her job as a contractor, it was not granted, so she said, okay, I quit. When they get back to Germany, she'll be looking for another job. Jackson strikes out. That ends the inning after 2-0 Canada.
Chula Vista, California and San Antonio, Texas will battle for the #1 seed as they head to the semifinals. These two power-hitting teams face off in what could be a preview of the U.S. Championship game tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2.
That'll be the final day of another full day, final game of another full day of coverage here. Continues at 4 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN with Russellville, Kentucky and Peabody, Massachusetts, hoping to earn a win before they head home. Then it's Mexico against Chinese Taipei here on Volunteer Stadium at 6 Eastern time. That's on ESPN2. And then the game Gary just mentioned, 8 Eastern time on ESPN2 tonight. Two very impressive undefeated teams, San Antonio and Chula Vista. Canada batting with a 2-0 lead here in the top of the third. Against Cody Prince, it's Anthony Cusati who knocked in both runs with a double into the left field corner in the first inning. Swing and a miss. The Canadians have struggled to hit, but not Anthony. He's 3 for 6 in the Little League World Series. This is the final day of pool play, and it's very unusual. It's still one day to go. All of the teams that have qualified have been determined. All the teams that are going to be eliminated have been determined. Nothing to play for today in terms of teams needing to win and move on, but there is a lot of action today that will affect the seedings and the matchups as they move beyond pool play. Catcher set up away, and the pitch is fought off by Cusati. Japan short of a #2 seed. They'll take on the winner of that Mexico-Chinese Taipei game tonight. They'll be the #1 seed from their pool. Staten Island will meet the winner of the Texas-California game. Curacao will get the loser of the game between Mexico and Chinese Taipei. That'll be on Thursday. Warner Robins will take on the loser of the game tonight between San Antonio and Chula Vista. Who's impressed you the most so far through pool play? Which teams?
Obviously, Chula Vista's impressed me. I think San Antonio surprised me. Warner Robins has impressed me.
There's a drive to deep left, way out of here. Anthony Cusati continues to slug the ball here at the Little League World Series. His second home run in 3 games here, and the Canadians lead 3-0 as Cusati's knocked in all 3.
Oh yeah, oh by the way, Anthony Cusati has impressed me. Look at that beautiful swing. And again, I've talked about that take back. It's a very tricky take back that he and Matteo Vincelli use. It's the timing mechanism in front of your face. Got to bring it back, time it right. He does it beautifully. Big fly.
Ball.
Anthony's mom, Teresa, dad, Frank, sister, Francesca, all enjoying watching that one sail way out of here underneath the scoreboard. And new scoreboards this year here in Williamsport. And here's Matteo Vincelli, who struck out in the first. And the same kind of preparation with the hands in front of the face you were talking about.
It's a tricky thing. It really is. I mean, because it's a timing mechanism. It kind of comparable to the team in Japan that you see sometimes they do that fake bunt. And what it is that it's bringing your hands back as the pitcher starts his motion, gets you in the power hitting position, which is your top hand almost in a fisted position by your back ear.
Good off-speed pitch, dropped in by Prince. You know he's going to battle, as is his reputation, even after giving up a home run. Pulled sharply wide of first, past the first base coach Ryan Wong, who had to skip out of the way. There's Ryan. They call him Little Rye, 4'9", 71 pounds. Says he wants to meet Yao Ming and wants to be as tall as Yao Ming. Ryan's going to have to grow a lot. Yao Ming's 7'6", 310. Ryan's 4'9", 71 pounds. And Shelley strikes out. We check in with Dave Ryan.
Yeah, home run hitter Anthony's mom, Teresa, with us from Vancouver, BC. Your son hit a home run earlier in this series. This is number 2. How does this one compare with the first one to watch?
To me, they're all the same. The second is as good as the first, and I'm sure for him as well. His dream was to just be here, and to hit a home run puts the icing on the cake for him.
And now he's hit a couple. How about for you as a parent? What's the experience been like?
It's been wonderful. I can't get over the atmosphere here and how much fun everybody's having. Parents and the team and the community has just been wonderful to us. We love it.
The first time a city-based team in Vancouver has made it to the Little League World Series. What does that mean for your Little League program?
We're hoping it'll bring more people towards our program because we've always been trying to increase our membership, and hopefully this will help us. And it can only get better from here, I think.
All right, well, congratulations. Enjoy the rest of it.
Thank you.
Happy mom there, Sean.
Yes, indeed. Why wouldn't she be? Hastings Community Little League is one of the smaller little leagues in the Vancouver area, just 3 teams. British Columbia province well represented. It's the 20th time a team from British Columbia has come to the Little League World Series. 20 of their 53 representatives have been from beautiful British Columbia. Both of these teams are going to stick around for a while. They'll stay through the end of the Little League World Series on Sunday. The Canadian team has already arranged a game against their neighbors from Mercer Island, Washington, in the Seattle area, only a couple of hours away from Vancouver. And the team from Germany is still trying to arrange another game or two just for fun against 1 or 2 of the other teams that are hanging around.
And you see that a lot, especially from the international teams that have come such a long way to be here.
Taz Berman walks. Of course, Vancouver, one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Southwest corner of British Columbia. They're all fired up as they get ready to host the 2010 Winter Olympics. There have been some terrific baseball players from that part of the world, including Jason Bay and Justin Morneau. Vancouver, a city of just over 600,000 people. The water, the mountains, it is a beautiful
It's gorgeous. It really, really is a gorgeous place, and rightfully so. They were able to win the bid for the 2010 Winter Olympics. That's, this says a lot for your town. It's not a town, it's a big city.
Yes. Nicholas Carusi tried to bunt. 1 out, a runner at first. And some other notable active Major League players who were born in British Columbia. Ryan Dempster, the Cubs. Jeff Francis. Ridge Harden. All from British Columbia. Carusi gets the bunt down, and it's a good one. The lefty third baseman, Mackenzie Mueller, a tough time picking it up. Not sure it would have mattered. Such an excellent bunt by Carusi. Nick has a hit. First and second for Canada with 1 out here in the 3rd.
Gorgeous bunt by Nick. Look how he gets the bat head out there, deadens the ball. You got to play catch with the ball. Look at this setup. It's beautiful. The angle of the bat is key too, not flat, a little bit of an angle upwards. You're right. I think even if he picks it up cleanly, that would have been a tough play, especially he's on the left side batter's box, so he's got an extra step towards first.
I think the official scorer here needs to get a little more caught up in the fun spirit of the Little League World Series. That was scored an error, making 2 people unhappy, the hitter and the fielder. And I'm not sure even if McKenzie fielded that cleanly. He was going to have a chance to throw out Carusi. Saw earlier, player stole the base. The official score said defensive indifference. Come on. Don't be the Grinch who stole the Little League World Series. Let's check in with Rhino.
Hey guys, we're talking about Jeff Francis of the Colorado Rockies. The Canadian coaches told me before the game that Jeff sent them a registered letter from the Denver area wishing them good luck and some Colorado Rockies t-shirts for the entire team being FedExed as we speak. Arrival expected tomorrow. So the kids are really excited to read that letter. Coaches read it aloud to them before the game today to get them all set to go. What a great message and a note there from Jeff Francis. And the kids are really pumped up for those t-shirts arriving tomorrow.
It's been a great thrill for a number of these teams. They've been hearing from folks affiliated with Major League Baseball teams. Matthew Wu, the batter, up there as a pinch hitter with 2 runners on and just 1 out. Prince's pitch is a ball. Cody's pitch count is getting high quickly, up to 61 pitches. Still with just 1 out in the 3rd inning. The limit is 85 pitches. There's a strike. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning. 5 for the game now for Prince. Little League is the world's largest organized youth sports program with more than 2.6 million kids playing in all 50 states and 75 other countries. For more information on how to sign up, how to start a league, visit www.littleleague.org. Here's Katie Reyes, who had a single her first time up. In the dirt. Good block by the catcher, Matt Zimbrowski.
And don't think for a minute that there's so many current players that are for a lot of these areas that are here represented at Williamsport, and they follow their team, their local team.
Good pitch. It's a strike. We mentioned some of the Mets and Yankees have reached out to the Staten Island team, and Terry Francona spoke to the team from Peabody, Massachusetts. Very nice of the major leaguers to do that. They know what a thrill it is for these little leaguers to hear from people that they watch and idolize in many cases.
Adrian Gonzalez with the Chula Vista team is all about him.
2-2 pitch. Up and in. Every time Matt Zimbrowski, the catcher, comes up and throws, it looks like he's going to fire one down to second base. He just keeps zipping it back to the mound.
Aww. A future little leaguer here.
Strike 3. Excellent pitch. And that ends the inning. But Canada gets another run on the home run by Kusati. He's knocked in all 3 runs in this game. Canada leads 3-0. The Little League World Series is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Heading to the bottom of the 3rd. Here in international action. Canada leading Germany 3-0. And coverage of Major League Baseball continues on ESPN and ESPN2 with 2 great nights of action. First catch Wednesday Night Baseball on ESPN2 at 7 Eastern Time as the Rangers face the Yankees. And then on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball presented by Taco Bell. The Braves take on the red-hot Phillies. That's at 8 Eastern Time. Major League Baseball on ESPN2, ESPN, and ESPN 360. Anthony Kusati's been the star of the game so far. He's driven in all 3 runs for Canada. And he's not allowed to run in 2 innings pitched. The bunt fielded cleanly. And a nice play by Matteo Vincelli to throw out Tyler Peck. And here's Dave Ryan.
Well, Little League Baseball, Sean, can be all about reunions. And what a story with Jacob Von Paris. He's a player for the team from the Ramstein Air Force Base. Now, his dad, Matt, his mom, Kelly, were based in San Antonio, Texas, all through the summer. Now, what happened was he was playing for the McAllister Park area ball club, would have been on the All-Star team eventually, but his family got transferred all the way to Europe. And that's when he started playing baseball for the Ramstein Little Leaguers. So Jacob played so well, he made the Ramstein team and got here to the World Series. And what a reunion it was when he got a chance to see his old teammates from McAllister Park in San Antonio. He jumped off the bus, and the guys were waiting for him. They all gave him a big hug, and as his dad, Matt, said, they just mauled him. Had a great time. So he thought he wouldn't get to the World Series because his other teammates from Texas made it. But he's here with the Ramstein Little Leaguers instead. Nice story.
And unless there's a pinch hitter, Jacob will bat after Chris Holba.
We fouled one off.
0-2 pitch is just outside. Holba's battled back from a broken pinky finger. Suffered very early in the playoffs leading up to the Little League World Series. In Germany, they have two different districts. They have a league comprised of all American teams, and they have a division of all German teams. The German champs and the American champs face off to determine the team that will represent Germany in the European playoffs, send the team on to the Little League World Series. And Ramstein beat the German champion this year to earn the right to represent Germany. Head off to Poland, where they won the European championship.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Holba's worked his way back into a full count. Van Paris scheduled to bat next. Chopped on the right side. Nicely played on a tricky hop by Christian Cullen.
See some nice plays by the shortstop Cullen. And the second baseman Cullen and the shortstop Matsuda already on tough hops. But they've stayed and stuck with. Team Canada getting some good defense today.
Here's Jacob. Ed Prince and Jerry Talarchuk are very happy that he arrived late from San Antonio because he's been a key member of the team. The coach is telling us this morning he's played every position on the field except pitcher.
Play!
And he has started at 3 different positions here in the Little League World Series. It's a chopper on the left. Another good stretch by Katie Reyes, but Van Paris beat the throw from Matteo Vincelli.
Great job. Bounces it, puts his head down, doesn't look at the ball at all. You know what? He's on the board of the Little League World Series with a knock. He had not gotten a hit yet. We're seeing a lot of the kids from Europe now getting their first hits. This is beautiful. What are the chances, Sean, that this kid and his old team from McAllister both end up at the Little League World Series? It's beautiful.
Here's Cannon Bird. He's one of those 5 players who will not be heading back to Germany. His dad is heading to Athens, Georgia to be an ROTC instructor at the University of Georgia. It's going to be an emotional time here later in the week. The coaches said they didn't think the players were thinking right now that the team was about to be broken up and a lot of the friends would be moving to other parts of the world, but they're going to have a big function here on Friday with the families. Every player on this Germany team has at least one parent here. And that'll be very emotional when the reality sets in that in all likelihood a lot of these youngsters on this team may never see each other again after they leave Williamsport. There's a base hit. Just out of the reach of the shortstop Matsuda. Well, this Germany team has come out swinging today after having had just 1 hit in their first 2 games. They've had 4 here today. We're only in the 3rd inning.
As I said, they brought their hitting shoes today. Look at Bird smoke this ball. Good full swing. His nickname, well, Cannon's 5'6", 170 pounds, is caboose. So you just figure that one out. He's supposedly the funny, goofy guy on the team. Goofy guy got himself a lenient.
Ball outside to Matt Zimbrowski. Cleanup hitter, struck out his first time up. Coaches said he's a great all-around athlete and a great kid. Their best pitcher throughout the tournament. Fastest player on the team, and he drives one to right. And that is off the bottom of the wall on a hop. Germany will get its first run of this Little League World Series. They're going to try for another. And out at the plate is Cannon Bird. But Van Paris scored ahead of them. Germany taking a chance with 2 outs, making the Canadians execute, and they did. 3-1 Canada after 3. Three to 1 now in favor of Canada as we head to the 4th inning. Germany with its first run at this Little League World Series, and this their 3rd game. Time to take a look now at today's Kellogg's Frosted Flakes teamwork play of the game. Excellent execution in the field by Canada to cut down that 2nd run.
It sure was, Sean. Here's a bullet over the right fielder's head. Look how well he goes and gets that play. Calmly, Taz Berman gets it, gets to the second baseman. Cullen into the catcher. Creamer! See ya! Nice job of blocking the plate. Put the tag on, never made it to home plate, actually, Sean. So, oh my goodness, what a beautiful relay. And that is our Kellogg's Frosted Flakes teamwork play of the game.
Very well done, and a good call at the plate by John Mashburn. Great look at the play at the plate from our outstanding crew, led by our producer Eric Mosley and our director Dan McVan. We salute our crew that's worked all these games here at Volunteer Stadium. Long days, and we're working with some of the very best technicians in America. And they love being here. It's a lot of fun for our crew.
Hey guys.
Great people and great at what they do. Base hit in the left. Top of the order for Canada, and it's Ian Creemore on base for the 3rd time. He had twice reached on an error, scored after reaching on an error in the 1st inning. So both teams' bats have come to life.
Whole lot of hitting going on today.
That's 4 hits now for Canada, and make it 5 as Christian Cullen picks up his first hit of this Little League World Series. Wild throw, and the runners move up.
Go, Ryan, let's go.
And the troubles in the field continue for Germany.
They sure do. It was a nicely hit ball, and it looked like Creemore was going to be going to 3rd base there, and then he stopped. Throw overthrown.
There's Tyler Daubert, who's just come into the ball game in center field.
Listen to me. No. You're at 70 pitches, okay? You're starting to tire. Your fastball doesn't have the zip. You did a great job. Great job. Give me some. Shoot. All right. You go to left field. Send Kenny to right field. Jacob! Come in.
It's Ed Prince taking his son out.
Chris, switch.
70 pitches is the number. He thinks that Cody's done enough from the mound. Back-to-back solid hits against them to start the 4th. So Cody's going to trot away, and there will be a pitching change. Canada leads 3-1. They're threatening in the 4th. A deep drive to right, way out of here. So the 8 teams that will advance out of pool play have already been determined, even though we still have this final day of pool play to go. Texas and California, Staten Island and Warner Robins, Georgia, the 4 American clubs, and the seedings still to be determined. Georgia has clinched a 1 seed. Staten Island will be a 2. The winner of the Texas-California matchup today will earn the number 1 seed out of U.S. Pool B. Curacao has clinched a 1 seed and Japan a 2. Mexico and Chinese Taipei have advanced. They play today. The winner of that one will be the #1 seed out of Pool D. After they get out of pool play, it's single elimination. Those brackets take on meaning. The matchups are important. They'll be waiting to find out many of these teams who they'll play as we advance on. Grounded down to third. New third baseman is Michael Vega. And the ball dropped in the rundown. Now they have a runner trapped between second and third. And the runner from third starts toward the plate. Seeing Creemore got back safely. And the bases are loaded for Canada. Well, the Germans just continue to struggle in the field. They've made 4 errors today. That is 17 errors in 3 games, and this one won't go down as an error, but it's just a failure to execute in their defense, though. That's a pretty tough play, the rundown.
It is. I mean, it goes down kind of as a quasi-team error, so to speak, because they couldn't, you know, go through and navigate through a couple of different rundowns.
Cannon Bird is the new pitcher. Scored a fielder's choice. Ryan Matsuda safe at first. And now here's Kusati, and the pitch gets away. And Kramer on to score. The wild pitch charge to Bird. And the other runners move up as well. Christian Cullen now at third, and Ryan Matsuda at second. Nobody out. A chance for a huge inning for the Canadians.
Fastball, two-seamer that got completely away from Cannon Bird, and the catcher's been doing a fine job back there. Zembrowski trying to keep the balls in front of him. Had a little trouble with that runner.
That's fouled off Kusati's leg.
That hurts. I'll tell you right now, as many times I did in my 15-year career, that hurts because he got it pretty solid right in the inside part of your ankle. That it's just no fun. You get not much padding there. Oh, actually got a little higher, which even hurts more when you get in the inside part of your knee. I thought he hit it a little lower. Oh man, you got to try to walk that off and be a gamer, but that's tough.
What do you think? You right? Yeah. Tough it out, buddy.
Well, they want Kusati to come out of the game. Been pitching and pitching pretty well for Canada. He's their best hitter. He's been the well for Canada. He's their best hitter. He's been the hitting star of this game. A 2-run double. Well struck ball down the left field line in the first. Then he hit a towering home run to left, leading off the third. 4-1 Canada, each team with 5 hits. The big difference in the game, Germany's made 4 errors. Canada has not committed an error.
This kid can flat out swing. I mean, he just has a beautiful take back and swing, and he's hurting, but he's going to game it out, man. Let's take a quick look at that home run before. Look at his front foot, how he twists it, gets it down quick. He's quiet with his body. Head still, snaps that bat, full swing, beautiful.
Chance to pick up some more runs batted in. Ball low and away. Cannon Bird was the starting pitcher for Germany in their first game here. He knows he's facing Canada's best hitter in Kusati, now 4 for 7 through 3 games. This is game 3 for Canada. Bird started against Chinese Taipei on Friday. He had a tough go of it, but he was hurt by errors. He gave up 8 runs in 1 inning, but only 2 of them were earned. Gave up 4 hits.
He's got pretty good stuff. A lot of movement on his fastball. I think he throws a two-seamer, and the ball dips and dives on quite a lot. And that's why you're seeing a lot of balls that are being topped by number 23, Kusati, because he's got a natural sinker, does Bird. And he's trying to keep that ball down, because if you get it up a little bit on this kid, watch out.
Another 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball outside. Cody Prince, who was the starting pitcher, has gone to left field. Now Tyler Daubert in center and Kenny Martin in right, the outfield for Germany. Jacob Van Paris has moved into the infield. He's playing shortstop. Chris Holt has moved to second base. There's ball 4. Kusati walks to load the bases and still nobody out. Chance to break it wide open now for Canada. Time called. Ed Prince is going to go back to the mound.
Wasn't a strike. You didn't call it a strike, okay? You can't let that stuff bother you. Just throw it to the glove. You're all right. Hey, you just gave up a little too soon, okay? You had him. You had him. We had a double play, okay? Hey, look, guys, just play, all right? Have a good time and play. You're not having fun out here, right? Get your balance and throw hard. Let's go. Come on.
Ed Prince, the manager, originally from Texas, hopes to head back to the San Antonio area when his time is done at Ramstein Air Force Base. He has at least another year and a half to go at Ramstein. Vincelli, a deep drive to center, and it is off the glove of the center fielder Daubert, and it drops. Looked like it might be a tremendous catch for a moment.
Stay here.
2-run score. And Canada leads 6-1. Cullen and Matsuda came in. Kusati winds up at third. Great effort by Daubert. Looked like it was going to be a tremendous catch in center, and it fell in for a 2-run hit.
It looked at first we might have had a grand slam, then it looked like we had an incredible web gem, and then he couldn't hold on to that ball. Kind of grazed off his glove. Nice hit by Matteo Vincelli. Got himself a knock.
It was tough to tell live if Daubert got a glove on it. Don't believe that he did. It's a tough break with the substitutions. Ordinarily that's Santee Jackson out there.
Oh, that's
the
right.
coaches rave about his range in the outfield and his ability to track fly balls. Here's Taz Berman, who walked twice against Cody Prince.
I will say one thing that we're seeing by both teams here. It's 6-1. Sure, Canada's on top, but they're playing so hard and they're playing so much better baseball. They're swinging the bats. You're getting some pretty decent pitching. Yes, we've had a few errors on the European side, but you know, a competitive game for two teams that are trying to nurture that baseball a little bit.
Line and caught by the second baseman, and then a wild throw by Chris Holba. Made a nice play, but then made a bad mistake. Threw to third, way over the head of Michael Bega. That'll be another error for Germany, 5th of the game. Kusati in to score, and Vincelli to third.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Sean. He made a great play on the bullet. Gets up there. And these are some of the things that, you know, they're still trying to little by little work. I mean, he kind of stood up a little bit. You see how he's up instead of getting in that nicer position of turning your hips a little more towards the base, being a little bit in a better position to throw the ball downward.
A line drive out, the first out of the inning. There's Nicholas Carusi, who was grounded out and reached on an error. Germany in its first 2 games committed 13 errors that led to 14 unearned runs. They've made 5 errors today. That is 18 in 3 games, and there's still a long way to go in this one. And it's not like that's what they had been doing to get to this point. If you played defense like that, you wouldn't have made it to the Little League World Series, and that's been the biggest disappointment for the coaches and the players. They know that they're better than this defensively, much better.
You're absolutely right. It's one thing maybe not to have that hammer starter pitcher or a couple of really star pitchers, but it's another thing to, you know, to not play good defense and give away a lot of runs.
Swing and a miss. 1 and 2 on Kusati, or excuse me, on Carusi, the 7th batter of the inning. It's Scored 4 runs here in the 4th. Canada leads 7-1.
Ball.
Quite an experience for these guys, though. I mean, it's obviously the prize is playing at this level, at this incredible venue.
Let's go. Batter in.
You do want to look a little better, though. It's a little frustrating, but
Play.
you're
That's
here.
what the coaches said this morning. They said, we know we haven't played well, but the kids are having fun. And that's really the bottom line. Because realistically, neither one of these teams likely came here thinking they were going to win the whole thing. They're both big underdogs coming in. 2 outs now. It gives us a chance to remind you we have more great Major League Baseball action on ESPN and ESPN2 this week. Wednesday night, catch Wednesday Night Baseball on ESPN2, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, the Rangers and the Yankees. And then ESPN Sunday Night Baseball brought to you by Taco Bell, the Braves, and the Phillies at 8. Major League Baseball on ESPN2, ESPN, and ESPN 360. If you don't think they're having fun, despite some of the problems they've had on the field, this is the German team before the game. That gives you an idea of that slope along the foul territory here.
Let's go.
Check out Santee Jackson. His mom's got a sign. It must be the shoes. He's the only one that has bright red shoes.
Ryan Wong up there for the first time. Another smart guy, Red Sox fan.
Right.
Ryan plays a lot of sports, plays soccer, basketball, hockey, and badminton competitively. Wants to be an Olympic badminton player. Third shortest player here at the Little League World Series. Dribbles one. That might be a tough play. No play for Bird. Wisely held on to it. So an infield hit for Ryan Wong.
Ryan hadn't had a hit yet. Look at the speed. He's looking up in the stands going, Mom, I'm in the book, baby. I'm in the book at Williamsport. Got me a hit.
Mom Margaret.
Get the box. Let's go.
Dad David enjoying the action.
Play.
They've batted around Katie Reyes, the 9th batter of the inning, and that grazed her. And that'll load the bases.
I know she's probably not happy about that. She's okay. She wanted to hit. She's such a gamer. She's like, man, I already got my first hit in the Little League. Literally
the uniform.
Yeah.
So the 10th batter of the inning, Ian Creemore, he started this inning with a single. He has scored twice today. 7-1 Canada in the 4th.
This little guy can hit a little bit. He's might be only 4'11", but he can swing the bat some. Already got a couple of hits in Williamsport.
You're not throwing. You're not throwing. You're aiming. Just get your balance and throw, okay? If you walk them, we'll get somebody else up here. All right? Don't let them hit it. All right? Just throw strikes, throw hard, okay?
Oh, that's cool. They can hear you on TV.
Yeah, they can hear me.
Ed Prince feels that Ken Bird is aiming the ball. Wants him to let it fly.
Who else is eligible?
Starting to think about pitching options. They don't have as many options as they like. Matt Zambrowski and Chris Holbert, 2 of their pitchers, both pitched on Monday through more than 20 pitches, so they're both ineligible. They've already used Cody Prince. 2-0 the count. Bird looks a little upset now, snapping at the ball as it came back to the mound. 2-0 on Creemore. Says he learned to play from a couple of older brothers. Well, he let that one fly, but it was nowhere near the strike zone. Now he's in danger of walking in a run. Both of Ian's older brothers, LJ and Jamie, played in the Hastings Little League. That's ball 4. Creemore's on base for the 4th time. He's reached twice on an airhead hit. Now a bases loaded walk for an RBI. Vincelli forced in. Bases remain loaded. And it's been a rough ride here for Cannon Bird. Trying to get out of the inning if he can dispatch Christian Cullen, the 11th hitter of this inning. 8-1 Canada. Bird again upset, snapped at the throw again, looked over the dugout. It almost is enough to make you wonder if he'd rather not be on the mound right now. Lined and caught by the second baseman Holba, and that ends the inning. But it's a big inning for the Canadians. They score 5 times and lead 8-1. Five-run fourth for Canada. They've opened up an 8-1 lead over Germany in the final game of this Little League World Series for both teams, each hoping for their first win. All week long, we've been joined by our buddy Luke, taking a look at his Kellogg's Frosted Flakes scrapbook. Here's today's installment.
Hi, this is Luke, your Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Earn Your Stripes reporter. On TV, you see kids having fun and playing their best. But how do they do it? Practice, practice, practice. These are the top 16 Little League teams in the world. Man, these kids are good. And certainly one of the main reasons they are here is a result of great talent combined with dedication and hard work. They don't just play the game, they're always working on their skills and fundamentals so they can be their best.
And for more fun, log on to ESPN.com/earnyourstripes. These teams do work hard. They're practicing while the tournament's going on. I think we got to give a round of applause to our man Luke. He's done a terrific job as our intrepid reporter over these first 5 days.
Cool Hand Luke has been awesome. He gives us a lot of different takes and thoughts and reporting. He's been fantastic.
Luke's just 17 years old. It scares me because, you know, guys like Luke are just a matter of time before they have our jobs.
Yeah, no, he was talking to me about your job too.
I think he wants Rhino's job.
He said, you know, hey, when's that guy leaving? Because I think I can.
Cody Prince, the hitter. He takes a strike from Anthony Cusati. Anthony's allowed 1 run on 5 hits so far through the first 3 innings. Germany's had at least 1 hit in every inning. Problem for Germany is they've made at least 1 error in every inning for a total of 5. Cusati missed up and away.
Get it.
Fouled away.
Go.
Largely because of the errors, the Germany pitchers, Cody Prince is at the plate now, and Cannon Bird have already thrown 98 pitches in the game. Cusati's thrown 41. As the only pitchers worked so far today for Canada.
One of the things that I've noticed here just in the Little League, in the area here at the games and around, how many kids come to watch with their families that aren't here, that, you know, that their team didn't make it to the Little Leagues, or maybe they don't even play in, you know, in baseball. They just want to come and enjoy this. And I meet kids all the time. I think it's just fascinating that they'll come from several hours away, man, and make a trip, make a weekend of it, make a few days.
And there's ball 4. So Prince has a leadoff walk as Germany tries to start on the comeback trail. Let's check in again with Dave Ryan.
Yeah, Sean, we know either of these two teams will not advance on to the international semifinals. This is their third and official final game. But tomorrow here at Volunteer Stadium, they'll play friendly games against some U.S. teams. A team from the Ramstein Air Force Base will take on the Urbandale, Iowa Little Leaguers, the Midwest Regional Champs at 9 o'clock. And the kids from Canada will take on the Mercer Island team from just outside Seattle at 11 o'clock. Both games here at Volunteer Stadium. They'll have a public address announcer. They'll have umpires up in the game as well. Just won't have the ESPN TV cameras. Otherwise, it'll be a great experience. Each team going to stay, guys, through August 30th in the World Championship game before going to their respective homes.
That'll be Sunday at 3:30. The conclusion of the Little League World Series with the championship game on ABC. And Talarczyk is the batter. Santee Jackson has come out to first base as a special pinch runner for Cody Prince.
Oh.
And Talarczyk took a ball inside. He grounded out his first time up. His dad, Jerry, is the assistant coach. Jerry works in human resources, been in the military for 22 years. As I mentioned, their family's heading off to England as soon as this is over and not returning to Germany.
2-2. Hey, 1-2, you got to watch the curve. All right?
Here's Jerry Talarczyk.
1 ball, 2 strike.
Took advantage of the time here to visit some relatives. They're originally from Bridgeport, Ohio.
Ball.
They were traveling to Poland for the European Championships, then came here to Williamsport. When they got here to Williamsport a few days ago, Dan Talarczyk at the plate right now hadn't seen his twin brother John since July 3rd. To second, Cullen throws to second, not in time, says Mike Yeager, the second base umpire, on a close play. Well, the first two are on for Germany here in the fourth. U.S. military personnel and their families are watching this game live around the world through the facilities of the American Forces Network. Special shout out to our viewers in the Kaiserslautern military community as they follow the KMC All-Stars, this team out here in front of us today during the Little League World Series. Many of the players from the Kaiserslautern area live at Ramstein Air Base. For all of the American wounded troops, there's a pop-up pop by Katie Reyes in foul ground. Ramsteins, where all of the wounded troops from Iraq and Afghanistan receive treatment before they head back to the United States. And we salute the men and women of the United States Armed Forces. Appreciate what you do for our country. Hope you're enjoying the game around the world. There's Amy Prince, the wife of the coach. She told us they don't get the commercials over there as well. It's just a lot of the kids, when they go over, like watching the commercials.
Yeah, right.
They don't get the commercials over there. We like people who like to watch the commercials.
Yes, we do. And they're neat, too. I mean, you know how creative some of the commercials can be, so I don't blame them.
There's Michael Bega getting his first at bat. And that pitch gets away from the catcher.
Right here, right here, right here.
And both runners move up. Primo had to track it back to the backstop. It's a pass ball.
One of our big boys here at the Little League tournament. Michael goes 5'10", 187. See if he can put a charge into one.
His dad is also named Michael. Their family's been in Germany for 6 years, and Michael's dad has been deployed away from Ramstein for 4 of those 6 years, so they haven't spent that much time together. He's here, as you can see. Michael Sr. spent 15 months in Iraq, another 15 in Afghanistan, and short stints elsewhere around the world. The family's relocating to Georgia right after this Little League World Series. It's a special time for the family just to spend time together, and so special to savor the experience here at the Little League World Series.
Thank you, Michael Sr.
Imagine everything he's been through. He's earned this trip to watch his son play here in Williamsport. Michael strikes out. He can't run, but the base runners can advance, and the throw from Cremor gets by Kusati. 1 run scores.
Come on back. Come on back.
And Jerry Talarchuk tells his son Dan, come on back to third. Don't you try to score 2.
Looked like a breaking pitch, and Michael swung at it. Good hustle right there by Ian Cremor. Excuse me, by
Santee Jackson was a special pinch runner who scored.
Zembrowski over there, who's been all over the place today. No, it is Cremor, excuse me.
Play.
Kids work hard behind the plate.
Tyler Daubert, the batter. He's up for the first time. His family is not going back to Germany. They're going to get reassigned to McGuire Air Force Base in New Jersey. Tyler, they call him TD on the team, his second year on the All-Star teams, played every infield position, and as you've seen, played some in the outfield as well.
Here we go now. Ball.
Ball high from Kusati.
Anthony's probably tiring just a little bit. He's into his 57th pitch, and it's hot out there.
It's expected to get up into the middle 80s here today with 77 at game time. And very little cloud cover today. For the most part, it's been a bright sunny day. Just a couple of fair weather clouds overhead. Canada leading 8-2, bottom of the 4th. And Daubert strikes out. That ends the inning. 1 run for Germany in the 4th.
Back to back, and that ball is gone. Goodbye home run.
You got to get back into it. Got to get back into it. Show them that we're not going to go dead. Show them that we got a lot of heart. Show them that we're still in this baseball game. All right?
And there is a deep drive to center. Forget about it. Way over everything. That is well struck. I mentioned the center fielder's playing deep, but it was off his glove and over the fence for a home run.
Hey, you all right? Hey, listen. You're playing in the Little League World Series. There's a million kids out there that would wish they were doing this right now, all right? There's nothing to be down about. Come on, let's get this guy out and let's get up and get a run. Come on, let's go. Come on.
It certainly has been an impressive performance by the team from Chula Vista, California. They won their first 2 games by a combined score of 29-0 over Russellville, Kentucky, and Peabody, Massachusetts, requiring some frequent pep talks from the managers of those 2 teams. And they're so impressed throughout the Little League World Series by all the managers and coaches, the way they interact with these young people. But more home runs perhaps to come. One more game in pool play for Chula Vista, California tonight at 8 against that very talented San Antonio team.
I thought that was a great display of both sides there, showing the power of Chula Vista, which has been incredible. The way they hit the ball, the trajectory, the way they finish their swings, and the way they slice the ball, but also the power of the coaches and how much the coaches can influence their kids. And what a great job this year's batch of coaches have been, and the way they've addressed their teams, whether it's behind, they're ahead, confidence builders, support. It's been fantastic.
Some issue in the right field corner that seems to have been resolved. Gives us a chance to remind you that our coverage continues on ESPN and ESPN2 today. Coming up in just a few minutes on ESPN, Russellville, Kentucky, and Peabody, Massachusetts at 6 Eastern. Seeding's up for grabs as Mexico takes on Chinese Taipei. They're both going to advance. And at 8 Eastern on ESPN2, 2 more teams that will advance.
Here you go.
San Antonio, Texas, and Chula Vista, California. Ryan Matsuda, the leadoff hitter for Canada. 5th inning, the Canadians lead 8-2. Trying to go home with a record of 1-2. They haven't gone winless at the Little League World Series since 2003. Matsuda sends one high in the air and up into the sun. And a catch made by Kenny Martin. Kenny, ordinarily a starter. Coaches were telling us this morning, up until today, he had played every inning of every tournament game. Once they put this all-star team together at Ramstein, through their district play, the countrywide play in Germany, on to the European Championships in here. But because it's their last game, they wanted to get a few more players a chance to play a little bit more, bench players who hadn't had much time in the spotlight. And Kenny Martin stepped aside, told the coaches he totally understood. It was the right thing to do to let some of his buddies get out there and start and play today.
Way to go, K. Martin. That's his nickname. Good kid.
Yeah, he's been through some tough circumstances. He was adopted by Lisa and Dave Martin 2 years ago in Ohio. Very good basketball player. Matsuda, Kusati, Vincelli. The big bats coming up for Canada. They scored 5 runs last inning, helped by 2 more errors by Team Germany. Kusati has doubled, homered, and walked. Driven in 3 and scored twice.
Ball.
And Bird looking into the dugout.
3 balls, 1 strike.
He looks in there a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, almost as if he's hoping that they'll come and take him out and put somebody else in.
It's like our pitch hitter the other day in the game that kept on shaking his head and going,
No.
I don't know if I want to be here.
No, I'm not the right man for the job at the moment.
Not sure about this, coach. This guy's throwing mighty hard.
Play. Ball.
And there's ball 4 outside.
But you know, it's just at this level, again, this is that turning point level of when you start, when you leave Little League at this age bracket, you get into even more and more serious baseball. But they're still also kids, you know, so they look so much, the dugout, into their coaches for both guidance and affirmation. So when you're struggling a little bit, struggling with your pitches or your focus, you can't help but look over there.
Vincelli grounds one through the left side of the infield. And Kusati rounded second and then stopped as Cody Prince got it back in cleanly. Second hit for Vincelli. And the 8th hit for Canada. There's Taz Berman, who has walked twice and lined to the second baseman. Hit it hard for an out in the 4th.
Ball.
Runners take off. The throw to third is dropped.
Right
they
away,
might have
no
had a
hesitation.
chance, but
Time.
Tyler
Right away,
Dauber
no
dropped the
hesitation.
ball. Kusati is safe. And Vincelli scurried into second base as well.
What's wrong?
Scored a pass ball.
Not the trainer, okay? Huh?
And again, Cannon Bird looking into the dugout.
Okay. Let's go.
Home plate umpire John Mashburn there was just making sure that his catcher behind the plate was okay.
Play.
Matt Zambrowski's been working hard back there and getting a lot of balls in the dirt.
Berman chops one foul. 1-1 on the Tasmanian Devil. Outstanding goalie. Coaches tell us he's one of the best hockey goalies in British Columbia at his age group. Has played in tournaments all over Canada.
Ball. Ball.
Right now you're trying to see if, you know, some of the kids that haven't done anything dramatic, gotten some nice hits or an RBI here at Williamsport. I mean, these are great memories, anything that they could do in these games. So Taz is up there concentrated.
Ball.
And there's ball 4. Well, the German coaches just must not have anybody else they really feel comfortable putting out there on the mound, because it's obvious that Bird has not been effective, and his demeanor would suggest that he's not all that excited to be out there on the mound. And now here comes Ed Prince.
Struggling a little bit, okay? All right, here you go. You're all right. First base.
Yeah.
It's up to you. All right, hey, those strikes make them hit, okay?
So Dan Talarchek is going to come in from first base, and Bird will go to first base. Be sure to check out the ESPN Little League World Series Facebook page for information on upcoming events and exclusive behind-the-scenes footage. New this year, as you probably know by now if you've been watching, he has taken the Little League World Series by storm. Our sideline reporter, Moises Arias. Tune in to Williamsport for player interviews and reports from Disney's own Rico from Hannah, Montana. Moises Arias, who continues to have a great time.
I'm gonna go teach these guys how to play some baseball. That was so awesome. You guys want to do it again?
Little like being around Elvis here. I mean, everywhere he goes, he is just mobbed by his young fans.
Little Mo can go. They love him here.
So Dan Talarchek is warming up. He comes in from first base. Pitched an inning and a third here. That was in their opener on Friday against Chinese Taipei when he gave up 3 runs. Faced 9 batters. He's the 3rd pitcher of the day for Germany. Steps into the jam, bases loaded here in the 5th inning. Nicholas Carusi, the batter.
Nicholas looking for his 2nd hit here in the Little League World Series in this game. Get on the board with two-hit game would be pretty cool to take home with him.
Ball.
Two balls and a strike now. Dan Talarchek from Bridgeport, Ohio. Mentioned he has a twin brother, John. Excited about the chance to see his brother. Hadn't seen him in quite a while. And one of the best experiences of his life was a trip he and his dad and brother made to Camden Yards a couple of years ago in Baltimore. That beautiful ballpark. They watched the Orioles play the Red Sox. It's a bases loaded walk to Carusi. Back-to-back walks with the bases full. And that forces in another run. And the frustration really starting to set in with these Germany players. They just haven't played as well as they had anticipated coming here. The errors have been the biggest problem. 5 more today. Here's Alex Owen batting for Canada.
Strike. Not to mention the errors, but then also the wild pitches that you throw in there too that advance runners or even score runs sometimes when there's a guy on third. Those have been very costly.
Ball.
Ball. 1-1 pitch is a ball. Alex Owen up there without batting gloves. Most of the hitters wear batting gloves. Not Alex. Said last summer he lost his batting gloves one day. Couldn't find them. He got to the field, went up there, hit without them, liked the way it felt, hit pretty well, and has been batting gloveless ever since. He strikes out.
Good hacks up there. At least he was aggressive. Good swings.
The Canadian youth weightlifting team is here as well.
No, I think that's the bobsled team. I think it's one.
There's Katie Reyes with the bases full. 9-2 Canada. With 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Canadians trying to earn a win as they conclude their official play here. And Katie has another hit. Her second of the day. And it gets her 1 RBI. Taz Berman fell down as he was rounding third. So Katie's 2 for 3. She was also hit by a pitch. And it is 10-2 for Canada.
Watch Katie. Nice take back. Take that ball the other way. Beautiful. I mean, that was just all nice hands, quick. Not only gets, there's the hit and the smile, baby. She's been so serious, you know, when we interview her, and me and Dave Ryan were talking about that she gets so intense, got that game face. But today we've seen her smile twice because she's on the board, Sean. She's on the board at Little League.
Ian Creemore, the batter. Ian's been on base 4 times. Twice has reached on an error. He singled and walked. Has an RBI. Scored twice. Been a good day up and down the lineup for the Canadian team. Healthy hack. He didn't hit it. Ian says one of his favorite parts of being here, the fields are so nice. Never played on fields as beautifully manicured as this one. He hit it hard, but right at the first baseman, Cannon Bird. And that ends the inning. 10-2 for Canada.
ESPN's coverage of the 2009 Little League World Series is presented by Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Reduced Sugar, encouraging you to never stop earning your stripes. And in part by Subway. Scrabble at Subway is back. So many chances to win, so many great prizes. Play Scrabble at Subway, where winners eat. And Toyota, moving forward.
Oh, the sausages spell ESPN rocks. Isn't that clever? And that made you hungry, didn't it?
Yes, I must admit.
Just about everything makes you hungry, though. I've never seen anybody eat like
chocolates, you. It's just a great, big Cuban metabolism I got going. Large Cubano.
Anthony Cusati pitching with the big lead now.
Play.
There's Chris Holba, who's grounded out twice. Top of the order for Germany, and that is stung off the glove of the shortstop Matsuda. And that's a hit for Holba. Little League is the world's largest organized youth sports program. More than 2.6 million kids playing in all 50 states and 75 other countries. For information on how to sign up, how to start a Little League baseball or softball program in your community, visit www.littleleague.org.
Right.
Jacob Van Paris had an infield hit his last time up. He scored the first run of this Little League World Series for Germany. That came in the 3rd inning. They added another last inning, but they're down 10-2.
Ball.
Teams from Germany have been here sporadically over the years. Teams representing Germany have lost 3 straight games in the Little League World Series. Their last victory came in 1993 against Panama. It's unlikely to happen today unless they can have those bats come to life dramatically.
Yeah, they'd have to bunch some hits and maybe see if one of their guys surprises with a big fly.
I'll get it.
2-2 now. Saudi's thrown 65 pitches, so it's possible he could make it all the way. Fouled off to the right. Jacob was born in Colorado Springs, we noted earlier. Just moved to Germany from San Antonio. Like so many young people in particular, keeps in touch with his friends via Facebook.
It's interesting he was born in Colorado Springs, because it's actually also the home of the Air Force Academy.
His dad, Matt, serves in the United States Air Force.
Exactly.
Still 3-2.
Send a shout out to my buddy Kurt Spranger, Major Kurt Spranger, who's a recruiter for the Air Force Academy. Fine young men that go over there and go to school there, and a lot of good sports also over there at the Air Force Academy.
It's ball 4. And the first two are on for Germany here in the 5th as we check in with Dave Ryan.
Yeah, Sean, we know how fun this is for the Little Leaguers to get this far. Same goes for the coaches and managers. Vito Bourdignon is the manager of the Canadian team from Vancouver. He's been a volunteer at that Little League for 25 years. Never had any children, so no kids on this team. He's an accountant by trade. He says he grew up a huge Cincinnati Reds fan, loved Pete Rose, and his favorite manager of all time, Sparky Anderson. He says the big difference when he came here was seeing how efficient some of the hitting was at this level. So he told his kids as the tournament advanced to have more efficient at bats, quicker bat speed, because when they were playing in their provincials and then eventually the Canadian National Championships in Quebec, they were facing 55, 60 mile an hour pitches. Here, 75. So a really big difference. But the coach says he really loves the experience, and he'll go back home knowing it's the first ever team from the city of Vancouver, BC, to make it this far. He's very proud of that.
As he should be. Canada has not been particularly successful at the Little League World Series over the years. Their all-time record in Williamsport is 37 wins and 110 losses. Cannon Bird is the batter. Canada is 7-3 all-time against Germany. That's their most wins against any opponent. They've also earned 7 wins here over the years against Saudi Arabia. Hit hard but foul. Because Dave Ryan's done a great job with us here over these first 5 days, and he was a Little Leaguer.
Where is he? There he is.
Iowa City, Iowa, back in 1978. He was a left-handed infielder.
He could pick it.
Left-handed second baseman.
Ooh.
But it's hard. It's hard. You're a Little Leaguer. You try to make that play. O knows that. You got to pick with your left foot and then turn and throw. How do you do that? That was tough. Well, I made the All-Stars, but I was really short. I was by far the smallest guy on the team. So it would have made your Little Leaguers, Big O.
You were like Kawashima.
I was like 3 feet tall.
You were like Kawashima.
But I could rake. I couldn't hit, not for power.
Well,
but line drives. I sprayed it.
At least
the opposite way.
You've grown a foot since then. 3-2 pitch is outside, ball 4. And one of the things that we've seen at this Little League World Series is generally the strike zone's quite wide, but today they haven't anywhere near as many called strikes.
And you talked about the fact that this young man out there on the mound has done a great job, Casati, but he might be tiring down a little bit. Remember, he got hit in the knee, too, with a foul ball in that left knee, and I think that might be affecting him also.
Jeff Matsuda, the coach, out there on the mound. His son Ryan is the shortstop. Jeff works with the pitchers. Vito coaches third base. They share all the other duties. Jeff Matsuda has been coaching for about 7 years. He played in Trout Lake Little League which is in the same district in the Vancouver area as Hastings Community Little League. And Kusati, as we mentioned, was comfortably under the pitch count, but he's had control trouble here. And all of a sudden, that's an issue. He's 11 away from the limit. 10-2 Canada, but nobody out, and the bases loaded. A big blast could get Germany right back in it, and there's a base hit. Matt Zambrowski with a single to left. It brings home 2. And it's 10-4 and nobody out.
How about something to cheer for right here? There you go. Bullet, good swings. I've been impressed with the way that the team from Germany has swung the bats today. I know they came in with only 1 hit, but they've done a lot better job today, buddy.
And 4 straight have reached for Germany, and now Vito Borgnone on the mound. It looks like it's going to be the end of the line here for Kusati. Here to tire here in the 5th. That knee still bothering too. He's limping a little bit as he goes to take the shortstop position. He's going to switch places with Ryan Matsuda, who, as we mentioned earlier, was originally slated to be the starting pitcher, and then shortly before game time, Vito Borgnone changed his mind, had Kusati start and Matsuda play short. As Ryan warms up, let's take a look at our fresh take from Williamsport. It is brought to you by Subway. Seating on the line tonight in International Pool D. In our next game here on Volunteer Stadium, ESPN2 at 6 o'clock, when Mexico takes on Chinese Taipei. The winner of that one will earn the #1 seed out of Pool D. And the same is true in U.S. Pool B, 8 o'clock Eastern time tonight on ESPN2. Texas and California, San Antonio and Chula Vista, both undefeated. The winner will be the top team out of Pool B. Those 2 teams have combined to hit 13 home runs.
Ran to the 3 of the kids from the team from San Antonio, who really impressed me on the way over here to our game. And they, hey, Big O, how you doing? And I saw that they had their, their Texas team shirts on and all that. And I asked them about tonight. They're really pumped. They know that they've got a big challenge against those big hitters from Chula Vista. But I like the way the team from San Antonio plays. They play very solid defense. They swing the bats themselves. So it's going to be a fun game. And it could end up being, Sean, possibly the U.S. Finals right there in this game tonight that we'll be watching.
We mentioned this is the final day of pool play, but the 8 teams that will move on to the next round have already been determined. It's unusual that happens before the last day of pool play. Ball got away from the catcher. The runners move up, so now 2 more men in scoring position. Germany trying to get back into it with nobody out in the 5th inning. 2 runs already in. They're back within 6. Wild pitch charge to Matsuda. Warner Robins, Georgia, Staten Island, New York. San Antonio, Texas, Chula Vista, California have all clinched spots. Line to left. And over the head of the left fielder, Alex Owen. 2 more runs will score. And Cody Prince has a double. And Germany's back in the ball game. Amy Prince loves it. It's 10-6.
Well, they've come a long way, and they wanted to see some swinging. And Cody Prince, his nickname is Frodo, of course, from the extremely popular Lord of the Rings, that character Frodo, and he always kept on saying, my precious, my precious. Well, they're precious right there, just hit a bullet.
Well, as we noted earlier, the Prince family has spent probably in the neighborhood of $10,000 now for Amy to savor that moment. Ed's been traveling all over Europe with her son all summer long. I talked to Amy Prince the other day. She said, my husband better start treating me like a princess when he gets back from all this baseball.
And softball.
And softball, yeah, we mentioned their daughter played in a softball tournament, the regionals over in Italy. And Talarczyk, the batter. Let's check in with Dave Ryan.
This European team, they believe, Sean, that this team can rally. You saw your son just hit the big double, a couple of RBIs. How's it feel watching your son play here?
Very exciting, very proud. It's a great opportunity for the kids to be here and to be able to see this level of ball.
Now, it's been a long road for you. We've talked about all of your travel details and how much it costs. It's a very difficult commitment for the parents at times. Has it been worth it?
It absolutely has been worth it. We would not have missed this for anything.
Now, do you believe a rally is possible? I see you leading all the families here.
Absolutely. We can win this. These are the boys that we know. This is how they normally play. So we know they can win this.
You're confident a comeback's possible, Sean.
Amy Prince told us the other day, her son Cody said, Mom, being here is better than Christmas.
Oh, wow. Hey, I always say, Little League World Series, it's like Christmas in August. I'm telling you, it's beautiful. Those storylines, the presents for us really are these kids. I mean, what they bring to the table on and off the field is beautiful.
Talarczyk gets the bat on it. Great piece of hitting there. Base hit on the left. And the rally continues. This is a German team that had 1 hit in their first 2 games. They've had 6 straight batters reach here in the 5th. All of a sudden, the tying run is in the on-deck circle with nobody out.
Now, look at the dad at third base. The third base coach had to smile. He was more proud about his boy getting his first hit at the Little League World Series.
Dan, nobody out. On the ground, you got to go. Okay?
He's back to being...
On the ground, you got to go.
He's back to being third base coach, but for a minute there, he was like, whoa, my kid got a hit over here, baby.
Pitch in the dirt, and Talarczyk takes off for second base. So now 2 in scoring position.
Hey.
And the batter is Kenny Martin. They scored that a pass ball on Ian Creemore. Kenny off the bench today, but he's one of their best players. As we said earlier, he played every inning of every game in the All-Star tournaments until today when he stepped aside to let some of his teammates get a little more playing time. And the coaches said he's been one of their best players. He was leading the team in hitting, the regionals, states, the districts, and up in a big spot here for Germany. Could make it a very tight game with 1 swing and a hit him. So that loads the bases. Kmart down to first.
Curveball got away from Matsuda. He got him on the shoulder. Great place to get hit. If you're going to get hit, you want it to be around the meaty part like that and have it be a breaking pitch. This tough kid got up, ran to first. Kmart's ready to roll.
Now Michael Bega. He could tie it with 1 swing. Matsuda's Canada's best pitcher. He started their opener against Mexico and was outstanding. Gave up only 1 run in 5 innings. They have the man they want out there on the mound right now. He gave up back-to-back hits and now has hit a batter. And here's Bega.
Oh, Sean, I got to believe that the military mentality of never give up has definitely been passed on to these kids, and you could see it on Mrs. Prince, the coach's wife, was saying these are our kids, and they're not going to give up.
Close but a ball. Again, the strike zone a lot smaller than we've seen it in other games here. Team Germany through their first 2 games went 1 for 25 as a team. Today they are 9 for 21. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Matsuda. Bega, the 8th batter of the inning. Nobody out. Germany has scored 4 times. An explosion of offense from Team Germany. There's strike 3. First out and a big one for Ryan Matsuda.
That was a big out. I'm telling you, that fastball, goodness, he didn't even have to move his mitt. That was on the proverbial block of the outside corner.
Tyler Daubert. 0 for 1 today. He is struck out. With as small as he is, 4'11", 101 pounds. And with as small, relatively speaking, as the strike zone's been today, it's a good time to be patient. That was one of those players when you played youth baseball, sometimes the coach gives you the hint that he really doesn't want you to swing. A walk's as good as a hit. You ever get that one?
Yeah, one of those.
A walk's as good as a hit.
What are you trying to tell me there, Coach? What are you trying to tell me?
Please don't swing.
Don't swing, son.
Please get lucky and they throw you 4 balls.
I thought you told me that they also, your coach, your third base coach, would ask you to scoot up on the plate and say, a hit by pitch is as good as a hit. Get that elbow in there, but come on now, Sean Mack.
1-2 the count. Matsuda trying to quiet this rally right here. Foul ball back at us. Tyler swung at one that was about eye high, but with 2 strikes, he didn't want to take any chances.
Oh, wow. How about that? Hold that catch.
Tyler's very excited. His family's moving to New Jersey. They've been all over the place like so many military families. He hits it on the ground. A second, a high hop. It hit Cullen in the shoulder. Everybody's safe. And it's 10-7. Took a bad last hop, and it looked like it hit Christian Cullen from our vantage point in the right shoulder.
He's holding up. I think it got him in the mouth, buddy.
Maybe it did.
Which is not a good spot to get hit. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're looking at his teeth. Looked like maybe he got him in the cheek. Tough to tell from our vantage point, but we were looking at his lip when they first went out there, and he's checking to see if he's got a bloody lip. Michael Wodlakowski out there immediately. Michael Wodlakowski and Angela Kaiser do a great job. Yeah, it hit him up in the cheek.
I've been there. I've got one right square on the other cheek in the left side one time. A bullet hit by a guy named Barry Bonds. It was no fun. Came up on me, and those things hurt, man.
The good news is they're checking to make sure he didn't loosen any teeth. I haven't seen any blood of you, which is good.
No, I think it really did get him up in that cheek area. What you worry about is the swelling later on, but I'm sure they'll pop some ice on it.
And these medical folks do such a great job. We've seen them time and time again. German parents cheering for the young boy from Vancouver. He's a scrappy little competitor. We've seen that all weekend. It's an infield hit for Daubert. Give him credit. He hung in there with a couple of strikes. Bases remain loaded. Now the tying run is at first. They've batted around. Chris Holb is the 10th batter of the inning. He started it with a single to left in the 5th. He scored the first of their 5 runs in this inning. He could put them ahead with one swing. And he hits it in the air a long way to center. Way back and gone! A grand slam, and Germany takes the 1-run lead.
Brother, look at this swing by a Holb, a fastball out over the plate. Look at that determination. Good follow through. I wasn't sure if it's going to get out of here, but that ball had a good backspin. Hey, Mrs. Prince, the manager's wife, had said, these are the kids that we know. We're coming back. You know what? You better believe her.
They didn't have a run in their first 2 games. They were no hit, and one of them had 1 hit in the other. In this inning, they've scored 9 runs on 6 hits.
We were joking, not really joking, but you know, kind of incredulous, thinking, well, they're gonna have to bunch a bunch of hits and a big blast. They bunched a bunch of hit and a big blast.
Now Canada will come to the plate for their final at-bats in the 6th inning, trailing. Shockingly, they led 10-2 when we went to this bottom of the 5th. And as Amy Prince said, these are the boys that the parents have watched play all summer to win their regionals, win the German championship, go to Poland, win the European title, earn the trip to get to Williamsport. Still only one out. Van Paris pops it up. Cullen dropped the ball. Saw him shielding the sun. He's the young boy who was hit in the cheek a moment ago by the grounder. I don't think that was a factor. Although he is still checking the chicklets. Here's Dave Ryan.
We're back in the German section with Amy Prince. You believed the rally was possible. It has happened. How do you feel now?
Excited, unbelievable, and shocked.
So you see that ball leave the yard, the grand slam. A moment ago, what was your reaction?
It's about time, Holba.
Being totally honest, aren't you? What do you think is going through the kids' minds right now?
Excitement.
Yeah.
This is the way they normally play, so they are back. I just wish we could have shown this a little earlier in the tournament.
Okay, but you have no rally cap on. Is this a rally ribbon maybe you got on there?
Yes,
or?
Rally ribbon, rally button. I can do that. This is my rally VIP.
That works too. All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Minor in the first win for Germany at the Little League World Series since 1993. Teams from Germany just 7 and 34 all time at the Little League World Series. Cannon Bird, the batter. And a drop pop-up was scored an error on Cullen. A stunning turnaround. 11 runs in a game. That's the most a German team has ever scored here at the Little League World Series, and 9 of them came in one inning. It's staggering when you think of the fact they had one hit in the first 2 games. That was against Mexico on Monday. Friday they were no hit by Chinese Taipei in a game shortened to 4 innings because of the 10-run rule. They lost 16-0 to Chinese Taipei and 13-0 to Mexico. Made 13 errors in those 2 games and had 1 hit, and here they are about to win the game if they can hang on the top of the 6th.
Just a great Cannon Bird pointed to the third base coach, and he said at the umpire, he's bad.
Yeah, we've seen Cannon when he's on the mound not happy with John Mashburn, snapping at the ball a few times.
That's not right, though. It shouldn't be
doing that. Not really in the spirit of what
it's not
it's all about.
at all. It was funny.
Sometimes human nature takes over.
He just said, I can't help it, Coach. I'm not agreeing with his strike zone.
Now Matt Zembrowski, the 13th batter of the inning. He had a single to left to knock in 2. That was followed by a 2-run double by Cody Prince, but the big blow, the grand slam by Chris Holba, originally from Chicago. That's well struck in left, and that ball is gone. Zembrowski knew it as soon as he hit it. He better slow down. He's going to pass the runner if he's not careful. He's right on the heels of Jake Von Paris. It is an 11-run inning for Germany and a 13-10 lead. 2 hits, 4 runs batted in the inning for Zembrowski, and 5 runs batted in for the game.
Sean Mack, I'm not sure, but these guys are swinging the bat. They got good swings. I don't know where they were. Maybe they were a little, little jittery about the big stage. Look at Mr. Prince, the manager, going, yes, this is my team. Just like Amy Prince had said earlier, phenomenal turnaround by a team that was just playing really bad, now playing great.
Good for these coaches, the players, the parents. We mentioned they've had very little help financially. Most of these families all of them on their own. They're all military families. Come a long way at great expense to be here. Chopped down to third by Prince, and a beautiful stretch and catch of a low throw by Katie Reyes. And that ends the inning. And it's the greatest inning at the Little League World Series in the history of Team Germany. They scored 11 runs and they lead 13-10 with an inning to go. Sean McDonough, Orestes Estrada, Dave Ryan. That was the ball that Matt Zambrowski just hit for a 2-run homer, capping an historic 11-run inning for the boys from Ramstein Air Force Base, American citizens. They have a 3-run lead over Canada, and now 3 outs away from the first victory for Team Germany since 1993. And what a difference in the demeanor for a lot of this day when it was going poorly again. They're making all those errors. Saw a lot of frowns and a lot of slouch shoulders and a lot of snapping at the ball. And these kids, their emotions can change quickly.
And a lot of them are not going to be together after this week. So there's so many storylines, Sean. You brought us so many interesting ones. The passion of this team, the fact of getting over here, it's been very difficult, very costly.
Those of you tuning in for Sports Nation, a terrific new program that'll be on the air as soon as we're done here. Pop foul, just out of the reach of the catcher, Zambrowski. Dan Tolarczyk on the mound, trying to finish the job. He came in last inning. He's pitched 2/3 of an inning. He'd be the winning pitcher. Christian Cullen, the batter. You can see that cheek a little bit red from where he took the bad hop bounding ball. That was a big play as it turned out. A tough break for Canada. Cullen is a talented hitter. He's walked and singled. He scored 2 runs. They've got the big bats coming up right behind him. Matsuda and Kusati, the 3-4 hitters. Vincelli would hit 4th. This is the part of the order Vito Bourdignon would want up for the team from Vancouver, British Columbia. Larchuk looked like he aimed that one a little bit, still couldn't throw a strike. Last thing he wants to do is walk the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, you got some dangerous hitters coming up afterwards. This game is far from over. Canada's already shown that they can put some crooked numbers up there quickly.
And these Germany pitchers have given up double-digit runs in every game, so the pitching has not been the strength, although a lot of that run total is the product of the 18 errors that they've committed in 3 games. Average 6 errors a game. This would be the right time to shore things up in the field. Here's Matsuda. You know, he'd like a chance at redemption after the difficulties on the mound. So he came in relief for Kusati and couldn't protect the lead. Ryan is 0 for 4 today. Hasn't had a hit yet at the Little League World Series. He's too good a hitter for that. He's due. He's 0 for 10 as their number 3 hitter. Out of play to the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And you mentioned their defense, which has been definitely shaky, but taking over that lead, getting that 11-run inning should hopefully help them focus better and realize, you know, let's really play some good D now.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And there's a drive down the left field line. Cody Prince makes the catch just a little bit shy of the warning track. Well struck by Matsuda. 1 down. Cody looks a lot like his mom, doesn't he? We've seen Amy Prince a number of times today.
A ton. You're absolutely right. Great play right there. That first out. We were just talking about the defense being such a problem from the team from Europe, from Germany, man. But that first out is always huge when you're trying to close out a game.
Kusati fouls one off his foot. Boy, he's had a tough day with that. He hit one off his kneecap earlier, but just below the knee off the top of the shin. He's hobbling around again. But he is the man they wanted up there. They would have loved to see Matsuda get on so he could tie it with one swing. He's already hit 2 homers. That one was lower on the leg than the one earlier today.
That hurts so bad. I'm telling you, I'm having flashbacks right now over here with all these kids. Man, you got Cullen getting hit in the cheekbone. You got my boy here, Kusati, taking 2 off the leg. Who says baseball's not a contact sport?
See Christian Cullen over there sliding his tongue over into the right side of his mouth, still making sure the teeth are okay. Kusati's been on base 4 times today. He has doubled a knock in 2. He hit a solo homer in the 3rd. That gave him a 3-0 lead. He's walked twice since. He's scored 3 runs. And undoubtedly never expected to be batting in the last inning with his team behind the way this game was going, with Canada ahead 10-2.
I needed to reach over and get that one, right?
Well, you said there'd be a lot of foul balls in the booth.
It was right there. I mean, that I could have. The one, I should have had that one.
9 games, not a ball in the booth. Very disappointed. And there's a fly ball to deep center, and that ball is gone off the top of the camera platform in straightaway center field. Second home run of the game for Anthony Kusati. He's driven in 5 runs. It's a 1-run game. 13-12 with 1 out in the 6th inning.
As Bobby Bowden always says, who'd have thunk it? A 13-12 game. Anthony Kusati, his leg is killing him. Hammers this ball for his 2nd home run, a 2-run shot off, trying to nail one of our cameramen. What a hitter this kid is. I tell you, he's making a bid for all tournament team for sure.
5 runs batted in, 4 runs scored for Kusati. And now another very good hitter up there with a chance to tie it with 1 swing. Matteo Vincelli has knocked in 2 today. He has a hit. Single into center. Tying run at first base. 3 for 5 for Vincelli. Go-ahead run coming to the plate.
So much for 2 teams that we thought maybe were going to be light hitting. Let's see, 23 hits, 25 runs. This is a Yankee, Boston game here. Some masters.
Not what we expected, certainly, when the day started. Both of these teams faced tough competition prior to today, playing Mexico and Chinese Taipei. Taz Berman, the batter. He's walked twice today, 0 for 2. Ryan Wong, the special runner for Vincelli at first. A little more speed over there on the ball. Hitting the gap or down the line. They might have a better chance to tie up the ball game. Berman hasn't had a hit yet in the Little League World Series.
Well, it might be only fitting that he drops a big fly on us for a sayonara walk-off or something. It's been that type of game.
Berman in the 0-2 hole. Shadows could be a factor now. Not for Berman. There's his first hit of the Little League World Series. Go-ahead run is aboard. Tying run at second. When you looked at the schedule of games today, well, this game doesn't mean much. Tell these kids it doesn't mean much. They're out here playing like it's the championship game on Sunday afternoon.
It was outside. It's supposed to be low and outside.
Jake said up high and inside.
He said up high and inside?
I
Low and outside. Hey.
Coach told me.
Hi, Coach.
Coach Clark told me inside.
No, outside. Ball.
You have that white thing on.
Hey, good job, Dan. Listen, go to third base. Go to right field. Send Kenny in. Quickly.
Coach, did you get the other pitcher's mask?
And here comes Kenny Martin in the pitch, trying to save it for Germany. Canada fighting back now. They led 10-2, trailed 13-10. They've scored twice. They have 2 more men on. Only 1 out. We'll come back for the exciting conclusion of this one from Williamsport. He's really fired up right after this. Back in South Williamsport, Pennsylvania, Volunteer Stadium. Final game of the Little League World Series for these 2 teams, both 0-2 entering. But look at the battle they've waged today. Each team with 12 hits, a lot of clutch hits. And now it's Canada rallying back after losing their 10-2 lead, falling behind 13-10 after an 11-run inning. Here's Kenny Martin, who didn't play any organized sports until 2 years ago when he was adopted by Lisa and Dave Martin out of what the coaches tell us was some very difficult circumstances in Ohio. Here's Lisa Martin. Kenny hadn't played any sports till 2 years ago. He came to Williamsport, the team's leading hitter. And the runner takes off for third. Risky play, safe. And now both runners are in scoring position. Ryan Wong took off. The ball didn't get very far away from the catcher, Jacob Van Paris. Wong took a big chance.
He sure did. I mean, that was risky because you're talking about a dangerous play when you're the tying run at second base.
Now he's the tying run at third. The catcher has to be very careful to keep the ball in front of him now. Jacob Van Paris. And turn as if to bunt. Coach can't suicide squeeze in Little League Baseball because the runner can't leave the base until the ball reaches the batter. Carusi is at the plate. 0 for 6 in the series. Gets the bunt down. Here comes the runner. They kick it around, and they still make the play at the plate. A German team that's made 18 errors in 3 games just came up with the most important defensive play of this Little League World Series for Team Germany. It looked like it was going to be another error after a momentary bobble, but Dan Talarczyk, after he couldn't pick it up, the pitcher did. Kenny Martin, Jacob Van Paris blocked the plate. 2 outs, and Germany still ahead.
What a beautiful play. The catcher, Van Paris, was in front of home plate, and the runner was going to have to run through him to get to home. Sure enough, catches it as that runner is coming into him. What a job by Kmart, the pitcher, heads up. As Talarczyk misses it, he pounces on it. Great job.
So Talarczyk give the fist to Kenny Martin. Heads up, particularly from a very inexperienced baseball player. Mom loves it. Canada down to its final out. Matthew Wu with the play. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. 0 for 3 in this Little League World Series. The tying run is at third. Berman is there. Go-ahead run at first. Swing and a miss.
A lot of feel-good stories here. Curacao, Japan, Chula Vista, San Antonio, as far as they're the kind of the big teams to watch. But this game right here between these 2 warriors has been a great feel-good story.
And the boy on the mound's been through more than anybody should have to go through in a young life. Pitch in the dirt. And now 2 men are in scoring position. Good block by Van Paris, but that could be a big wild pitch because now the go-ahead run is at second base. Strike. Germany a strike away from an incredible come-from-behind victory. But Canada 1 swing away from the lead again. Kenny Martin's pitch. Oh, they thought it was strike 3, but John Mashburn, the umpire, didn't think so. Count is full. Kenny Martin, one of 6 children that Lisa and Dave Martin have adopted. Pitch. Ball 4, down and in. And we mentioned many times today, John Mashburn hasn't had as wide a strike zone as many of the other umpires behind the plate in this Little League World Series. On another day, that pitch 2 pitches ago that Martin threw might have been ball game over. And now here comes Katie Reyes, just the 15th girl ever at the Little League World Series, one of 2 of them here this year. And she's had a terrific day already. 2 hits and an RBI.
Ball.
Low and away, and a good backhand by Van Paris. Katie, 2 singles, hit by a pitch, 2 for 5 in the Little League World Series. Bases loaded, 2 outs. It all comes down to this at bat. Line to right, and it drops in for a hit in front of Daubert. 2-run score. Canada back on top.
Look at that pitch she hit. Low and away. She's got such quick hands up at the plate. She did the same thing the last time, a line drive to right field. This time, it looked like maybe the right field is going to get a chance to make that play, but no chance. What a turnaround.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Play ball.
Vito Borgnon, the manager.
Number 3, the entering for 17. 3 for 17. Ryan, go.
Gonna run for Wu.
Go.
Ryan Wong
Fastball, get in there,
returns. Ryan's already been around the bases once in this inning.
Yes.
Memorable trip. He had that risky adventure on the ball that didn't get far away from the catcher. Now a bouncer up the middle, and a nice play by Zembrowski, the second baseman, to throw out Ian Creemore and end the inning. Back and forth they go. 4 runs in the inning for Canada, and a 14-13 lead. He could put them ahead with 1 swing, and he hits it in the air a long way to center, way back, and gone! A grand slam, and Germany takes the 1-run lead. Canada fighting back now. It all comes down to this at bat. Line to right, and it drops in for a hit in front of Daubert. 2-run score. Canada back on top. Well, it's the last game at this Little League World Series for these 2 teams, and a memorable one. Canada scored in every inning except the second. Germany with the 11-run 5th gave them a 3-run lead. They're nearing the record for combined runs. 29 is the all-time mark. Dominican Republic and Canada in 1992. These 2 teams have combined for 27. And Germany hopes they break that combined record. And Tolarchuk didn't like the call from the home plate umpire, John Mashburn. Ryan Matsuda watched the lead slip away last inning. Now he's in position to be the winning pitcher for Canada. Tolarchuk to lead off. 1 for 3 today. A single his last time up. Pop foul. It's in play, and it is caught. Tough play for Vincelli, and he made it in foul ground for the first out of the bottom of the 6th.
That was a tough play. You're battling the sun and the shade right there where he starts at third. He goes back to the infield, stays with it. Watch how he stays with this ball. Great job by Mateo.
among the batters, been their leading hitter. For 1 today. He was hit by a pitch. He scored a run.
Boy.
And there's a fly ball deep left field, and that is over the head of the left fielder Ryan Wong. Martin hesitated a bit around first, but now he's in a second, and Germany has the tying run in scoring position with 1 out.
What a game this has been. This is unbelievable. Look at this blast right here. Left field has a tough time following that ball. Again, the sun is really wicked right now. Double tying run on second base.
Now Michael Bega. Swinging a foul ball off to the right. Bega struck out twice today, 0 for 3 in the Little League World Series. We mentioned earlier his dad, Mike. The 6 years the family's been in Germany, he's been deployed and away from the family 4 of those 6 years, including 15 months each in Iraq and Afghanistan. Swing and a miss.
He's such a big kid. And if I had an opportunity to work with him one day, I wish he would get up on the plate a little more. He stands too far away from the plate with as short a bat as he uses up at that plate.
He's trying to keep it away from him with that in mind. And there's strike 3 on a borderline pitch. And now Canada 1 out away from victory.
Got him twice with the same pitch. Last time Matsuda got him with a fastball that he painted on the black. Got him again.
No, because there's one more rally left. Here's Tyler Daubert. Check swing at a ball low. He had an infield single last inning. Picked up an RBI. Scored during that 11-run inning. Foul tip into the middle of the catcher. Daubert, 12 years old, just 5 feet, 101 pounds. Military families lived in Alabama, Illinois, Japan, Germany, and heading to New Jersey as soon as this is over. On the ground, Cullen from his knees ends the ball game. Christian Cullen, who took a bad hop bounding ball off the cheekbone, toughed it out, stayed in there and makes a huge defensive play to close out the come-from-behind win for Canada.
What a play by Christian Cullen. That was a hard-hit ball. He dived. Remember, this guy took one off the chin, off his face. Then he made an error on the very next play on an easy pop-up. You know what? He forgot all about that. Ends up making a game-winning play.
So Canada will leave Williamsport with a win. And they avoid going winless for the first time since 2003. The game that will long be remembered. An 11-run inning for Germany gave them the lead, but it slips away after Canada scored 4 runs in the 6th. Final score, Canada 14, Germany 13. Coming up next at Sports Nation, presented by Toyota. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Now for Orestes Estrada, Dave Ryan, and our terrific ESPN crew, Sean McDonough saying good afternoon from Williamsport, Pennsylvania.